are not a regular person, do not go transferring assets or putting your kids' names on assets that don't actually belong to your kids, just thinking I'm going to avoid a probate problem because I'm going to put my kid's name on it now. And therefore, when I pass away, it's already in their name, right? Like I am, if you Google my name and you actually Google like my name and podcast, I became kind of famous or infamous many years ago for being on a podcast and saying, this is Cuban estate planning. Like, stop fucking doing it. You're not doing anybody any favors. You're saving yourself a couple $1,000s. And what you're doing is your kids are going to pay tens of thousands of dollars in taxes because this is not well thought through. Like, there's great intentions, but this doesn't actually make sense. So I'm going to try to explain this in a way so we can avoid these unintended consequences of this transfer. Usually I diagram these things on a board. I love, estate planning lawyers love to draw things on boards. But let's see if I could break this down for you easily. Let's say you bought a piece of commercial property for $200,000. That is what, in very simple terms, is your cost basis. Now, fast forward 10 years, whatever, everything in Miami-Dade County costs $1 million these days. So maybe you fast forward 5 years, I don't know. And it's worth $1 million, right? So you see the difference between that. You bought it for 200, it's now $1 million. If you were to put your kid's name on it now, right? You say, oh, I heard this great strategy on the Tickety Talk, and I'm going to put my kid's name on it. We're just going to execute a deed, right? You call a title company or call your real estate lawyer, and they charge you $1,000 for a deed. And like, this is super simple. And we put my kid's name on it. No problem, right? Now my kid's on it. They're an owner. And then you pass away. Well, guess what? Your kid now got this property before you passed away at your cost basis, okay? $200,000. It's now worth $1 million. Now your kid says, I'm going to sell the property. Well, guess what? We're going to pay capital gains on $800,000 of gain, right? Like we went from 200 to $1 million. This difference is your gain. And so your kid in their tax return, when they actually, because there's going to be no succession issue. You did solve the succession issue. You put their name on it. But now you have a huge income tax issue because your death did not provide them a step up. What does that mean, Leslie? What is a step up? So let me give you the scenario in another way. Let's say you didn't put that property in your kid's name. You die with that property in your trust. Or even, honestly, even if you did a minimal amount of planning, you put in the will, and they inherit it via intestacy. You pass away, they inherit it. You see, you didn't gift it to them anymore. They inherited it. Now they take it, they acquired it at the new basis. They acquired it at the step up and basis. And what do I mean by step up? It was stepped up to the value at your death, $1 million. So their basis is the same as the sale price. What is the difference between $1 million and $1 million? Nothing. And honestly, it's never that perfect, right? Maybe at your death, it's worth $1 million, and what you sold it for, what they sold it for, is $1.1 million, right? You don't want to, what is it? Pigs get fed, hogs get slaughtered, guys. Your CPA will make a determination of what that actually looks like, because you don't want to say nothing is owed. You want to say the minimal amount is owed. So maybe, whatever, $500 is owed for this. And that's really just a strategy. But what I want you to keep in mind is inheriting things is a great tax benefit for your family, for your beneficiaries, because everything gets stepped up to the value at your death, not the value of when you bought it. Okay. So there's great income tax benefits to your estate planning for the next generation, not so much for you. That's a different type of planning.